Welcome back to Iowa Live. Lou and Jackie here.
Good morning.
And we are getting very, very excited because there's a new place that's going to be opening up, Jackie.
We're giving you hope today, especially if you're needing a little help in the body area of some rehab. Which this morning I was like, "Hey, can you help me out?
Carrying golf clubs yesterday.
I got a little shoulder thing going on." Patrick Ford is joining us. He is with Kinetic Edge. Thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you for having me.
We have some exciting news because there is a new location about to open.
A new location. Kinetic Edge is opening up their 7th location in Waukee at the Sportsplex West facility, which is off of Alice's Road, and it's opening up on Monday, this next Monday.
Monday coming up.
It's coming Monday.
Well, tell us a little bit about Kinetic Edge.
So Kinetic Edge is a local physical therapist-owned practice. We have currently 6 clinics in the central Iowa area, with our 7th one being the Waukee. We offer physical therapy, occupational therapy, and some return to fitness and sports programs as well. And really, our main mission is to help restore hope through movement. We're just trying to get people to move and get them back to doing the things that they love to do and make them more hopeful that they have a future in doing these things and feeling comfortable returning to those activities.
Get them back to functioning again.
Exactly.
And that's a powerful statement.
Yeah.
So why is that so important for you guys, bringing hope back to people in this way?
I think what's so special about it is that you have people that maybe have this chronic discomfort for 10 or more years that has limited their ability to function in day-to-day life. And then over time, that kind of wears down on you. And you get this feeling of, why can't I do the things I want to do? Or maybe I'll never get back to doing this thing. Maybe I'll never be able to play with my kid again the way that they want to be played with. And we're just trying to let them know that, hey, you can get better, and we just want to help you get there by promoting movement and getting you back and getting you active.
Now, getting movement back like this, is this all based on something that may have happened injury-wise, or could this be a medically induced thing that we don't have as much movement as you used to have?
Yeah, it could be a whole factor of all of these things, right? When we're trying to get somebody better, we're going to look at the whole line as far as their medical history and their previous injuries, as well as the events surrounding their injury. And we're going to listen to them and listen to their story and listen to their concerns, because maybe it is an underlying medical condition that they have, like Parkinson's or some type of neurological disorder that's causing them to move wrong, that we can work with and help them move.
That was my question.
Yeah.
That's exactly the point on. So if it is something medically, you can really help them work their way through it and get some of that mobility back.
Exactly. And we'll help refer them to providers that maybe they need to get a little extra help. But mostly we also work with regular injuries. Maybe somebody slipped on the ice this winter and they hurt their shoulder, right? Very common story.
Or their ribs.
Yeah. So we could work with those type of injuries as well and just help them know that the healing process will occur. And in the meantime, we're going to work on movement and helping get that baseline foundation of fitness and recovery so that they can get to do the things that they love to do.
Because it's amazing when you do get an injury, something like that you just mentioned, and how much it affects everything else in your life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Aside from injuries, do you also find as individuals we're just like, oh, I'm getting older, this is how I'm supposed to feel, I'm not supposed to move as well anymore and do things like I used to be able to do maybe 10, maybe 20 years ago?
Yeah.
And are you that hope that says, no, you don't have to think that way, you can actually do simple movements to get you back to where you were before?
Exactly. No matter what age you are, you still have the capability to move. You have the capability to make yourself get better. And we are trying to focus on, at Kinetic Edge, giving the person the skills and the knowledge they need to help themselves get better. We don't want you to have to rely on us forever, but if you do, we're there to help you. But we're going to give you those exercises you might need once you're done with us, that you can maintain what you've built and keep staying the way that you want to, or even get better. And I think that's what our new clinic really offers, is having a space where not only are we working on injury and promoting health, but we can have you transition into the exercise side of it, or even help those youth athletes get into the sport that they love to do. So we can work the whole continuum from injury all the way to sports performance, and get you back to doing those things.
You said youth athlete. What ages are we talking about here? What's your age range?
So really at the new clinic, we'll be working with all ages, but with Sportsplex West, they house a lot of different types of tournaments and leagues, as well as youth sport camps. D1 personally works with youth athletes from ages 7 to 18, but they also work with adults in their adult boot and strength programs as well. So any age range, really, we work with. But if you do have a sports emphasis and your kids are looking at getting better at baseball or basketball, there are those camp programs as well as their D1 training programs that can help them get better at their sport. In the meantime, we'll help get you out of injury and help prevent future injury as well.
I like that. I like what Jackie mentioned too about maybe you're slowing down in general because you're starting to get a little older. And I bet you what you have to offer would also help with balance, which is very key, especially as we're getting older.
Yeah, so as we're trying to look at somebody and they come to us, we look at their medical history and the events surrounding their injury. And we're also going to look at their main concern. Maybe it is balance or it's this hip pain that they have. So we'll look at the hip and we'll help do a few tests and measures that might help us understand, is there actually a tissue injury that needs to be dealt with? Or do we maybe need to look at your low back and your knee to see how those are contributing to your condition as well? Because a lot of people focus on, well, my injury is in my hip, so something has to be wrong with my hip. Right. It's like, well, your hip bone is connected to your knee bone, right? Yeah. We need to look at the knee. We need to look at your back to make sure that those areas are nice and strong and moving well, to take a little bit of the stress off of the hip so that you can have good movement across the board for everything.
Everything's working together the way it's supposed to be.
Let's talk about that process, because I know everybody's going to want to come out and check out the new place, opening June 3rd, by the way, coming up this Monday. What's that process look like? Do I need to be referred? Can I just walk in and say, hey, I want to check out the new place? How does that work to get that kind of first look to make sure we're how we're supposed to be?
So physical therapy is a direct access program. That means that you can come directly to us. You do not need a referral from your doctor to come see us.
Nice.
You can either walk into the clinic and just set up an appointment as soon as possible, or you can contact us via our website, kineticedgept.com, and call the closest clinic to you and get a eval set up. And if you're not necessarily ready to commit to a whole eval, we offer our free injury screen program. 20-minute free screen. We'll check you out and give you a little bit of guidance to help you get those steps onto getting that road to recovery.
So completely free 20-minute screen to kind of check you over and see.
Why wouldn't you do this?
If you need some extra assistance in anything.
Exactly. So if we go from screen into eval, we'll look at the medical history, we'll look at the site of the injury, we'll look at the rest of the story and those other areas that might be involved, and build an individualized program for you based off of your goals, based off of your needs and your concerns, to make sure that it is individualized. We'll try and communicate with parents or surgeons or coaches to make sure that everybody is on the same page so that we can really get you back to doing what you want to do as safely and as soon as possible. Because if it's just me working by myself and I think I know everything that needs to happen, it's just not going to work out as well as if I can have open communication with the coaches at D1 or with your parents or with the surgeons, that everybody knows, okay, this is what the road to recovery is going to look like, and these are the return to sport maybe requirements that we need to get your child back to sport, or just this is the mobility that you need to be able to do your daily tasks that you want to do on a day-to-day basis.
Great news if you're in the Waukee or West Des Moines area. We have a location opening up soon near you.
Yes.
Tell everybody where you guys are going to be.
So we're at the Sportsplex West facility. It's off of Alice's Road, just south of Hickman.
Okay.
We're going to be there from Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 to 4:30 to start off. Since we're so new, we want to take in walk-in injury screens. So if you're like, I'm not sure if I need this, I have a little bit of time today, come in during our hours of operation. If I'm not busy, I will see you personally and we'll get you right onto that rehab program and get you better as soon as we can.
That works. It's the guy you're going to see.
Bringing hope into people's lives. That's amazing. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.